This year, I had the incredible chance to celebrate Dia de los Muertos here in Guadalajara, Mexico. A tradition filled with meaning, color, and most of all, life. This holiday isn't just about remembering the dead, it's about honoring the lives they lived and celebrating our own. It's something that, more than anything else, made me feel deeply connected to this city, its traditions, and its people. To give you some context, Dia de los Muertos is recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage, highlighting how it preserves cultural diversity in a fast globalizing world. This celebration has roots in Aztec rituals, which honored the dead and marked the end of the harvest. When Spanish colonizers arrived, they combined these indigenous beliefs with Catholicism, moving the dates to coincide with All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day on November 1st and 2nd. For me, Dia de los Muertos preparation started with a trip to Parque Morelos with my friends to gather supplies for my own ofrenda, or altar, dedicated to my mom who passed away 12 years ago. Imagine this place. It was like a carnival filled with people, kids on rides, and vendors selling everything from pan muertos to intricate sugar skulls. I picked out a few things that felt like her, a dragonfly charm, some dark chocolate, and white wine. My friends even bought me a sugar skull with my name on it, which can be placed on the ofrenda as a way to honor the living. These skulls, made from sugar paste, are traditional symbols representing both death and sweetness of life. Marigolds, or cempasúchil, play a huge role in the celebration. Their bright orange petals are believed to guide spirits back to the land of the living. I bought a bunch for my ofrenda, along with copal, a type of incense used to purify the space. In many homes, the ofrenda has several levels, each representing aspects of life and the afterlife. Mine had 3 levels, symbolizing heaven, earth, and the underworld, with my mom's photo at the top. Throughout the week, stores and restaurants around the city prepare for the celebrations by decorating their facilities and creating their own ofrendas. Halloween, another holiday that was appropriated by Catholicism from the Irish Samhain, is celebrated, although briefly, here in Mexico. There are Halloween/costume parties that happen from the week before to the week after, and on the holiday you can find many people dressing up, walking around the city in costume. On the evening of November 1st, I set out my offerings, lit the copal, and remembered my mom. It felt peaceful, surrounded by the glow of candles and the aroma of copal filling the room. It felt good to honor her memory and remember her and the care she showed me throughout my life. Saturday morning, I went to one of Guadalajara's largest cemeteries near the center. There I found families cleaning the area and setting up their altars at the graves of ancestors. These graves were beautifully decorated in elaborate ways with marigolds, food, and paper decorations, and entire families would be returning that evening to drink, both alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages, eat, sing, dance, and celebrate those that have passed. It's a different way to look at death, less about loss and more about celebrating life. Entire families were gathered sharing food, drinks, and stories, keeping their loved ones alive in memory. This idea that as long as we remember, they live on, is so powerful. It also reminds us to cherish the time we have with those we love. Later that morning, I attended a candlelit yoga class in Zapopan. To celebrate Dia de los Muertos, the studio offered a unique class in the dark, ending with a live sound bath. It was a moment of quiet reflection, a beautiful and calming way to connect to the day's themes. In the afternoon, I made my way to Tlaquepaque, a neighboring city where Dia de los Muertos celebrations filled the streets. Families, friends, and even corporations set up elaborate ofrendas for loved ones. People in cabalera makeup were everywhere, representing La Catrina and El Catrín, reminding us of life's inevitable cycles. I even saw beautiful hearses decorated, surrounded by people taking photos, alleviating negative thoughts one may have as to their purpose. There were many places that offered to paint your face in skull makeup. I decided to get my own makeup done, and for less than $5, I joined the sea of painted faces embodying the spirit of both life and death. With my face painted, I made my way back by train to the center of Guadalajara to cap off Saturday with a parade. There were tens of thousands of people for blocks upon blocks, lining the streets. As the parade began, the onlookers cheered as participants strolled in costume, colors vibrant and alive. It was so much more than a parade. It was a collective celebration, honoring ancestors, the lives they lived, and our own journeys ahead. There were dancers, women in traditional dresses, people jumping, singing, and decorated carriages and cars, hearses, balloons, and flowers. The streets were alive with color and light. The citizens were not shy and did not hold back about their desire to truly honor this day and those who came before us. On Sunday, I was invited by my friend and former Spanish teacher to attend Temazcal in Zapopan. A Temazcal is an ancient Mesoamerican sweat lodge ceremony used for physical and spiritual healing. The word Temazcali means house of steam in Nahuatl, and stepping into that dome-shaped structure was like stepping back in time. Before entering, each of us set an intention and brought a white candle to honor those who'd passed. We gathered in a circle, holding our candles and offering tobacco to the fire, a gesture of gratitude and respect to our ancestors. The Temazcalero, our guide, invited us inside, asking us to bring both ourselves and our ancestors. Inside, hot volcanic stones in the center created waves of steam as the Temazcalero poured water over them, adding herbs like sage and copal to cleanse the space. Together we chanted, offered prayers, and reflected. There were powerful reminders shared like, we breathe because we live, and we live because we breathe, and water is life. With it, everything is possible. After an hour and a half of intense heat and reflection, we crawled out of the Temazcal through a small tunnel, a symbolic rebirth. It was a journey into community, healing, and deep gratitude for the lives that came before us. This weekend was a beautiful reminder that life and death are interconnected, and that by celebrating one, we honor the other. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through Dia de los Muertos in Guadalajara. It's truly an experience that shows the beauty of life, memory, and the connections we hold. This is Pato's Path. Follow along to keep walking this journey together.